Okay, these steps are not dimensionally uniform and the top step is too high. And I believe I mentioned that in the previous video. But I didn't mention in the previous video, and this goes in the way of termite. We got a planter box here underneath the drip line with wood mulch in it. That's conducive to wood destroying insects. And this post, okay, like the posts that are underneath this deck right here, it's wood to ground contact, and it's conducive to wood destroying insects. We do not have a doorbell. There used to be one. We do not have a doorbell knocker. Our double doors right down here, let's see, I don't want to come up with this. There it is. The door latch for the second door is inoperable. Door latches are inoperable, and the door is even screwed closed. This door has been decommissioned. It's been taken out of commission. Okay. We got the laminate floor covering, plastic laminate vinyl, or is it PLV? But anyway, we got the laminate vinyl floor covering, which means two things. Well, one thing is that even though they're not required, if I can, I like to do a moisture meter reading, and it just doesn't happen with these. You get false positives. Okay. A lot of the interior ceilings, in fact, just most, if not all of them, okay, are popcorn. And I don't do environmental inspections, although, there is some crossover. And it's just a known that, and an unknown, that a lot of this hillbilly home inspection, a lot of the popcorn ceiling textures have asbestos in them, and they've been painted. That's encapsulation. It's encapsulation. So that might, that's enough for the EPA. If you do not like the popcorn ceiling texture, there's no sense in getting it tested. I mean, I'm not going to never dissuade my client from seeking perfection, but the simple fact is that the only thing you'll have is knowledge, because it's just as easy to treat this as if it were asbestos than to go through the trouble of testing it for asbestos. You're going to wear personal protection. We know all about that. Thank you, COVID. You'll be wearing masks and goggles and gloves, and you're going to bag it up. You're going to take it to the City of Dallas Environmental Waste Center for free and deposit it, and you're going to come back and you're going to sweep, and of course to do this all, and you're going to remove all of this and vacuum and damp mop and vacuum again. Junior has to go, but you're wearing a respirator and all that, and you're bagging all that up, and you just take it to the Environmental Waste Center and just have it dealt with, and that's it. Now, when you see these darker stains around the air registers, that's an indication or a clue that the evaporator coils are dirty. We don't know that except that we see the darkness around there. I can see scarring on the ceiling. I see that we've had repairs. I know that I'm assuming that since the tax records claim that there is a fireplace in this house, and I did not find one, and since I can find a chimney on the roof, I'm assuming that there was some kind of repair to this structure in that regard, and you want to get some closure on that. Another thing, infrared's not a TREC requirement, and a home inspector's requirement, but my infrared camera indicates that the insulation is lacking in this corner right here, the front entry northwest corner, and on the west side of the dining room and on the east side of the dining room. Those areas are lacking and in the first bedroom on the south wall in the ceiling there's a little bit. Moving on along, this is our kitchen area. A lot of our windows have been updated, and we've got a lot of solar screens. We're missing, I think, 2 solar screens, but not all of our windows have been updated. This one's been updated. This sliding door right here doesn't slide real well. Okay. You can get it open and closed. I mean, I can get it open and closed. Okay. We've got paneling, interior paneling. That limits the termite inspection, the structural pest control services wood destroying insect inspection, as does cabinets, as does appliances, you know. But it has been painted, and you know, if you're good with that, I'm good with that. My wife's last house, before our house, she had painted paneling. I got very fond memories. But that's me, you know. But by the way, you do have painted interior paneling. And all of your windows are not vinyl. All of your windows are not vinyl. These bay windows, both of these bay windows are aluminum. And there you have a slider in there that's aluminum. So I say you got 3 aluminum windows. That doesn't sound like much, except that 2 of those windows are bay windows, and they're very large. Very large. Another thing that I'm not required to do, I like to tell you how, is I'm not a structural engineer. I'm a home inspector. You know, I should stay in my lane. You know, I shouldn't be an engineer, but I'm also required to render an opinion about this foundation, and my opinion is going to be that it's performing the function for which it's intended. It's supporting the superstructure. It's doing what it's supposed to do. I can't find. Of course, everything's been painted. The interior has been painted. The exterior bricks have been painted. I have very little information to go on. The windows and doors have been replaced. I have no historical data. Now, I do sheet the floor, pow, pow. I measure it for floor height elevation differential, but I'm not an engineer. I'm not calculating slope. I'm not, is it to spec or tolerances? People say, well, is it? And I go, no. But it's basically level. And people say, so if it's level, well, you know, then that's stable. And I don't know if it's stable or not. Today, it's level. Today, it's level. So I'm getting about 1 inch of floor height elevation differential down here, and I'm getting about 1 inch of floor height elevation up there. And between down here and up there, I am not getting even 2 inches of floor height elevation differential. I think I got like 1 point something inches down here. So not even 2 inches. So, I mean, the measurement isn't the final draw. There's still going to be things in the inspection report about your foundation. We're still going to report about trees being too close to the house. Now, you don't know this, but this is the last video. It's probably one of the first videos. I get that. You know, there's roof, exterior walls, attic. You know, it's pretty earlier in, but this is the last video I'm doing today. I don't know if you can tell that I sound tired. I don't know if the sun is changing or what kind of clue you might have. But this is the last video I'm doing today. And this is the time when I like to say thank you very much for your trust and your business and honoring my COVID policy. Those things mean the world to my family and I. So I just want to take this time to say thank you. And if you think I did a good job, you know, a good Google review means a lot to a small businessman like me. I'm coming on over here. I'm going to bounce just a little bit. But you see this damage in the windowsill? That's not unusual, okay? But these windows don't raise and close. So these aluminum windows, okay, what kind of damage is that? Or have these windows been, because we're facing the south there, have these windows been sweating? Single pane aluminum frame windows, I know mine do. So is that sweating? Is that damage? I mean, some of that looks like it could have been. You know, or is this wood destroying insect damage? The damage is so ancient and the repairs are so heavily made that I can't tell what that is. We can come over here and get another clue. We're facing the north over here. And we don't have anything. We don't have anything. Single pane aluminum frame windows, solar screens. And this is the way in every receptacle outlet that I can get to. And I believe I got to a lot of them, most of them. Not quite all of them probably, but they all tested fine. It is aluminum wiring, and we're going to have a whole nother speech about that. We're having a whole nother speech. We'll just kind of move in through here. We got 3 bedrooms. This is the first bedroom, second bedroom, primary suite. Okay? In the first bedroom, which would be the west bedroom, this receptacle outlet, we're missing a screen. This receptacle outlet, okay, is controlled by this switch. If you turn this switch off, the fan goes off and the receptacle outlet goes dead. Got a little carpet coming back this way. Got air return vents in the bedrooms. It's going to be a little bit on the noisy side. This is the furnace, indoor air handler, and another air return register, and another air return register. And then when you come into this closet, okay, well, that might be an impromptu air return register. You don't want an air return register where you store your shoes. That was probably for treatment. It was probably for treatment. And remember when I said, when I just got back from, well, let's try this one, the other bedroom, and I said that if you turn the light switch off, the receptacle goes, no, these all work. It's only in that other bedroom, the first bedroom, not the middle bedroom or the east bedroom. So we come along in here, we got the air return register in here, and I'm thinking it's probably for termite treatment. Okay, well, what's going on here is now, again, you shouldn't have your shoes with the return air. So, however they decided to do that. Another thing you shouldn't have, and I excuse, this goes on in a lot of closets. You've already been watching it. You should not have a bare light bulb in a closed closet, and you should not have a pull string. Pull strings, it should be a switch, but it wasn't required when the home was built. I get that. I raised and lowered all these windows. I set the thermostat on heat 61. I think it was a heat 70 when I got here. At this time of year, I made an executive decision. See that doorstop? Not seeing one there. I got one there. Door steps are beyond the scope. Got one there. So we're missing half a dozen. The closet around that corner, it doesn't have a doorstop. This is what's known today as the primary bedroom suite. Okay, 3 bay windows. 3 bay windows that are aluminum. Okay. We have a switch over here. I don't know what it goes to. Usually it goes to a table lamp. Let's try this. You wouldn't have the switch over. The switch is by the bed so you can turn the lamp off. Maybe we can't get to it. Okay. Let's stay here. Stay. Oh, it is off. So it doesn't go to that. So we got a switch in the first bedroom that works a receptacle, even though it also works the fan, and then we got a switch in here that doesn't work anything. We're missing another screen. Coming on along. It's kind of turning off the lights as we go. I cleaned that up with a towel. The bathrooms, at one time, okay, they had radiant heat lamps. That's what that second switch is for. And you probably don't want those. They're not required. And, I've got them in my house. Well, I got one in my house. One we did what they did, just put another light in it. Bare light bulbs, pull chains. Previous termite damage right there. got a video for that. You can find it on the Wood Destroying Insect report, which will be attached to this report. And that's where I'll put that link. It's where I talk about it specifically. So that was termite damage. But again, I went into depth, if you will. I still got a few more tricks. Bear with me. Bear with me. I've already said thank you. I've already told you about the foundation. I've already told you about the popcorn ceiling. Okay. You shouldn't have a door that swings out like this. Alright? You should have a landing that goes out at least the length of the door, and really it needs to go out like 36 inches so you don't step off of that. Got that? So you come in, you open up the door, you step off this loose plate, and it's just right there. And when you open the door, you're going through a transition. And so when you're going through a transition, then you're just looking over here. You're looking, you know, hi bud, and then you just you fall down like that. This door is a hollow core door. It's not fire rated. This door should have a self-closing spring on it. Should have a self-closing spring. Can I come in? Come on in, Mr. Fire. The door is open for you. Thank you. You always make me feel so warm and welcome. And that. And this aluminum window, they got busted out, and they just put actually that's glass. I thought it was plexiglass. Well, they bothered to put glass in there. How about that? Okay. This deadbolt doesn't make. Okay, so I can only use this thumb latch. I got a little bit of air showing up down there, but I cannot get this deadbolt to work. Something to think about. If you want to come into your garage in the dark, but I'm not seeing any termite damage. I'm not seeing any signs of termite treatment. But then as the sun moves or the light changes, you know, we tend to look at things a little differently. Now I'm seeing things. I'm never afraid to walk back a statement. Never afraid to walk back a statement. Those might be swarm castle holes. I thought this was paint. That is paint. See that? And I think it's paint. And I can't open the garage door. I'm not going to open the garage door. It would be prudent to budget for replacement. This door has seen better days, and it's going to break on you, and it's going to break at a bad time. Alright? It's going to break at a bad time, and you're going to regret it, and you're going to be, you know, in a time crunch, or maybe even a financial crunch. Like, you know, of all days I had to do this. I just had, you know, a root canal or whatever, and so the door's just asking for it. It's on borrowed. If it even works at all, it's on borrowed time. So it definitely has exceeded its economic level. And we're not going to mess with that anymore. So I locked it to the house that way and the thumb latch that way. All the windows have been closed and locked. We're going and turning you off. This is interesting. We got a one-pole switch here. The only way to turn this light that's out of balance on is with this one switch. So if you come out of the primary bedroom suite, oh, see you, lady. Okay, hon, call me later. Okay. Turn off the light on your way out, will you? Okay. I can't turn off the light. So if you're going to turn off the light, well, I guess all you can do is turn the light on for a minute, peek, get familiarized, close it, and make your way through the dark. Coming this way. It's a aluminum slider window right there. And again, I was talking about the heat lamps. They've been replaced with the bathroom vent fans vent into the attic. We're missing a doorstop, just like I told you. Again, bay windows, receptacles. This door opens and closes horribly. Closes horribly. It will open. I have opened it. It's going to give you some grief though. Here and here and here's this where your water heater is. We end up in the kitchen. You know, I went around clockwise, and I always try to go around counterclockwise. That's just